How to stick up for yourself. So a few months ago, when I was in school, I remember we were in French class, right? And the teacher's explaining, and I'm sitting in the back, and my friend is sitting in front of me, right? So I'm taking notes, it's all normal, it's all going good, right? And this short kid, let's call him Joe. And Joe was kind of like acting, he's always been acting like in the whole school year, like he's the bully or like the cool kid of the class, right? So this kid comes like through the hall, between the desks basically. And he does like this shitty fucking move like this to my ear, right? First to my friend and then to me. And I look at him and I stare in his eye. And I don't know why, I just have this pussy mindset, which was a big mistake by the way. And I told myself, just let it pass, right? Let it pass, be the bigger man, I don't want to get into a fight, just let it pass. Okay, I'll let it pass, and whatever, like this kid's a dick, like, just let it pass, right? So I keep writing my notes and, chatting with my friend on this side, and my friend's still in the front. But a few minutes later, this kid comes again, this kid Joe, and does the same fucking move to my friend, and then to me again. And I don't know why, I just have this pussy mindset, right? And I just look at him, and I don't take action. I have this mindset of just be the bigger man, right? Just don't do it, man, you're bigger than this, like, just be the bigger man, all right? So I just sat in another place, right, next to my friends, and just forgot about him. And he didn't do anything after that. But then the school day finished and everything ended, and I went back home, sat in my room, and I was like, man, like, why the fuck didn't I beat his ass? Like, really, like, why didn't I just choke the fuck out of that kid? Like, not only did he do it to me, but he did it to my friend as well. Like, why did I just do that? And I just felt like my masculine, like when you have that like masculine urge to like this masculine like anger, I just felt like that masculine anger. I should have just killed that kid, right? And I just put this little kid, this Joe, right? I put Joe in my head, right? Next time he's gonna do that, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Or no, not really like that, but that's what was in my mind, right? So a few days pass, a few weeks pass, and Joe doesn't really do anything. But then one day, we're in biology class, and I'm leaning on a desk, right? And my friend's leaning on another desk, and there's like this hall between the two desks, and I'm talking to my friend, and I'm wearing like this kind of like compressed like the school uniform basically, so it's showing like my bicep and like my muscle and things like that. And this fucking kid, Joe, right? He comes up to me, and he like hits me like on my chest, right? And he tells me like in Arabic, right? Because I'm in Egypt, I'm Middle Eastern, right? And he tells me, hey, get out of the way with your muscles. He says that in Arabic, right? And I just shove this kid before he even finishes the sentence. I push this kid away. I knock his hand out and I push him away. And I tell him, keep your hands to yourself. In Arabic, I looked him in the eye and I told him, keep your fucking hands to yourself, right? And I literally saw this kid, like his eyes like open like this, and he was like shocked, and he fell on the chair and the desk, and he was like shocked, like, man, you could actually fuck me up, like you actually stood up for yourself. He was like shocked because no one actually like stood up for him. And from that day on, that little kid never bothered me, even though we were in the same class. But the thing I want to tell you from the story is the only reason I didn't stick up for myself, and you might, is because I didn't respect myself. That's the only reason. It's because I didn't respect myself. When you respect yourself, bro, sticking up for yourself becomes automatic. It becomes like something that you instantly do without even thinking about it, right? Thing is, when I was like in that French class, when that kid came up and did that to me, I didn't respect myself. And that's why I let it pass. Now the thing is, in school, you are taught all this freaking bullshit of you have to be the bigger man, you know, just ignore him. If he's bullying you, just ignore him, Don't fight back. Don't defend yourself. Don't hit back. All this fucking bullshit, right? If someone attacks you, right, let him do it. Be the bigger man. You're not being a bigger man, you're being a fucking pussy. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, and the thing is, like, me and you get this, because the truth about it is this: schools, all they care about is their reputation. Is their reputation in front of other schools so they can get money. So when you don't fight back, they don't get in trouble, basically. So everyone just cares for himself. But the God's honest truth is that you have to stick up for yourself. You have to fight back. And the thing is, bro, if you actually be the bigger man and let everyone walk all over you, well, how are they gonna know that you don't like that behavior? The same thing, like, the same thing I said in my story, like, when that kid, like Joe, he did that flick to my ear, right? And I just let it slide. He did it again. But what if I actually stood up to myself? And that's what I told myself. Like, what if I actually stood up for myself? What if when he did that in that first time, right, I got up and I pushed that kid and I told him, don't fucking touch me again. He wouldn't have done it again, because you will understand, oh, okay, he doesn't like that behavior, and he stood up for himself, so I'm not gonna bother, right? But if you, like, this is what schools don't understand. Like, if you never stick up for yourself and you always be the bigger man, well, how are people gonna know that you don't like that behavior if you just always let it slide? No, it's wrong. You have to stick up for yourself. And this is what I needed to hear. This is the biggest that I kept for so long. Like, man, be the bigger man, right? Be the bigger man. But I hate that I was doing that for so long, and that's why I'm telling you this. All right, fuck that. Fuck, you know, being the bigger man. You respect yourself. Stand up for yourself like a warrior. Like, bro, honestly, like, you need to have so much self-respect that you think, man, if anyone fucking touches me, I will kill him. I will literally kill him. Right? That's how much self-respect and self-love you should have for yourself. Right? And get this, not out of fear, but out of self-respect. You will kill that person out of self-respect. I'm just gonna give you like I just want you to like imagine with me, like imagine if you were David Goggins, right? And someone, like you were David Goggins and you were sitting, right? And someone disrespected you. Like, genuinely imagine if David Goggins was sitting, right, and someone disrespected him, would he let it slide? Probably not, of course not, because he has so much self-respect for himself. Same thing with like boxers or UFC fighters. Like imagine if someone disrespected like Canelo or something. He would probably like fuck him up. Right? Because these guys have so much self-respect for themselves, they would never ever let anyone touch them, right? Imagine if someone disrespected like John Jones or Khabib. So the lesson that I just needed to learn when I was young, the lesson that I personally learned in my life, one of the biggest lessons I've ever learned in my life, is I have to stand up for myself. I have to have so much self-respect for myself that I stand up for myself. I don't let anyone walk over me. All right? And that's how they actually know that I don't tolerate that behavior. And the thing about it is this: when you have self-respect, people rarely, if ever, right, try to cross their lane with you, try to, you know, attack you or disrespect you. because they see that you have self-respect for yourself. But the thing about it is this: even if they do, even if they try to cross your lane, you stick up for yourself like a fucking man, right? And that's what we essentially need. Please, bro, please do not do the mistake that I always did, which is be nice to everyone, you know. If someone like harms you, it's okay. If someone mocks you or makes fun of you, it's okay. Just let it pass. No, wrong. Fuck that. Fuck that. Don't do that, man. Please, the wise man learns from his mistakes. The wiser man learns from other people's mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. Don't be nice. Be kind, but don't be nice. Don't be nice and let everyone walk over you and everyone mock you, right? Jordan Peterson, right? Jordan Peterson, who's one of the greatest psychologists of all time, in my opinion, he said a quote which I love. He said, people always say that you should be harmless or you should be nice. No, wrong. You should be, Jordan Peterson said, and I quote, you should be a monster, an absolute monster. And then you should learn how to control it. So people think, and this is what I thought, you have to be very nice and kind and not let anyone harm you and be just this nice guy who's nice to everyone. And, you know, just let people mock you and make fun of you. That's okay, right? That's wrong. That is so wrong. And that is very harmful for you psychologically. All right? Trying to please everyone or trying to make everyone walk over you. That is so harming. The thing is, you have to be a fucking monster, right? You have to be a killer, like Mike Tyson, right? Like literally a monster, a killer, like someone who would fuck anyone up. You have to be that first, and then you have to control it. Then you learn how to control it, and then you have to be kind. But under that kind face is a fucking monster, right? Is a monster that would fuck anyone up. That's how you should think about it. So the question here becomes, well, how do you actually have self-respect so that when someone actually like makes fun of you, disrespects you, you stand up for yourself like automatically, right? And the best quote I have ever heard about self-respect is a quote from Alex Hormozi, which is, you don't develop self-respect by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. That's how you develop self-respect, is having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say. So basically, you develop self-respect through self-improvement. And I genuinely, like from the bottom of my heart, and this has been my experience and probably everyone I've ever seen, right, is that self-improvement solves 99% of problems. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, believe that self-improvement solves 99% of all your problems. All right? But that's a side note. So you develop self-respect through self-improvement. When you go to the gym, when you meditate, when you journal, when you read, you know, when you follow your routine, when you take a cold shower, when you do all these hard things, these are all building up your level of self-respect. These are all building up the skill of self-respect, all right? Because when you go to the gym, you know, you meditate, you journal, you work, you read, you do all these hard things, you have proof that I'm that fucking guy. I'm that fucking guy who goes to the gym, who meditates, who journals, who works, who reads, who does all these things. And through that, you develop self-respect. You maximize self-respect through doing. And when that happens, bro, when that happens, first of all, 99% of people won't even bother trying to mock you or bully you. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, since I got into self-improvement, like 99% of people don't even bother, right? Won't even bother trying to annoy me or mock me or anything, because I know I respect myself. They know I respect myself, right? So 99% of people won't even bother trying to mock you or disrespect you or make fun of you. But the second thing is that when they do, you will stick up for yourself and terrify them. You will terrify the living shit out of them. You will Like they will look at you and see, oh man, he respects himself, so I'm not gonna bother him. Like this is the thing, is that bullies, they have like targets, basically. They have targets, and they always target like the person who doesn't respect himself, has low confidence, doesn't have any friends, right? Because if they know, like if they go on a lane to someone who actually respects himself, who improves himself, who goes to the gym, who's confident in himself, he would fuck the living shit out of it, right? So the first thing is develop self-respect through self-improvement. The second thing is that standing up for yourself is a skill in and of itself. It is a skill nonetheless. Just like anything in life, standing up for yourself, sticking up for yourself is a skill. So basically, the more you do it, the easier it gets and the more automatic it becomes, basically. So do it over and over and over again, and it will become automatic, especially if you have like self-respect. If you actually improve yourself and you go to the gym and you meditate, you respect yourself, and you also practice, you know, when someone, which will rarely happen, like I'm telling you, will rarely ever happen. When you get onto self-improvement, someone will actually disrespect you or mock you. But when it does happen, you stand up for yourself and you terrify the person who's trying to bully you, basically. And this is where I'm struggling. Like, I have self-respect, but I honestly, I'm still at level 1 of sticking up for myself. I haven't really practiced it because all of my life I have just been conditioned through all this, which is why I'm actually like being just a bit angry in this video, because all my life I've been conditioned, me and you, bro, and all of us as young men, we've been conditioned like, be the bigger man, just let it slide. That's wrong. It is so wrong. It is psychologically, that is very wrong. So to stick up for yourself, first of all, develop self-respect through self-improvement, through going to the gym, meditating, reading, journaling, doing all these things. So to stick up for yourself, first of all, develop self-respect through self-improvement. Second, understand that sticking up for yourself is a skill, and the more you do it, the more it's going to be just automatic. And the third thing and the final thing is, and this is something like I've learned from reading a lot of psychology books and things like that, and actually in my experience, is that when you do, this is the third thing, when you do stand up for yourself, try to be very calm and collected, and just very calm, right? And like, the thing about it is this: people think that sticking up for yourself or standing up for yourself is getting up and like shouting and like fighting, like, man, why did you touch me? And you just have to be like very angry and aggressive. No. That's not dangerous. That's weak. That's weak. The most dangerous person in any room is the calmest person. And the weakest person is always the loudest person. So when you do stand up for yourself, be very calm and collected. And you might think that that will make you look weak. In fact, that will make you look so dangerous that they will never even cross your path again. And the thing is, like, when a bully sees that you were angry or emotional, or like you're actually like angry about what they did, they actually think that they've won, and they're actually happy psychologically, right? They in their mind, they're actually very happy that they pissed you off, because they got a reaction from you, basically. But when a bully sees that, you know, you're very calm and collected, you appear so dangerous. So when you're very calm and when you're very collected, they are terrified, because they see that you can control yourself, and therefore you are the most dangerous person in the room. You've done something which they could never do, which is actually controlling yourself and being calm and collected, right? So my 3 tips are for sticking up for yourself, and I'm still practicing these tips to this day. Like, I'm really not that good in this skill, but this is from all the books I've read and everything I've looked at. Is, first of all, develop self-respect through self-improvement, right? Second thing is, the more you stick up for yourself, the more automatic it's gonna become and it's gonna be. The third thing is, when you do stick up for yourself, be very calm and collected, and you will appear so dangerous, right? And as always, bro, we're in this together and we will make it.